Chapter 46. Long Journey. May the 16 heavens and 15 earths bless you all, so that you may travel safely, free from obstacles, disasters, and dangers. May none come to harm you. May you all achieve your intended goal. May you find the precious immortal Dharma, which will be the cause for you to enter Nirvana. Master Bavari gave his usual blessing. Amen. All the ascetics said Amen in unison. Go, my beloved disciples. Today, I feel happy for all of you. If my fate still allows, may I meet you again. Master Bavari spoke as if realizing that this might be the last time he would see his disciples. Then Akita knelt down on the ground, and this was like a signal to everyone about what to do. Everyone knelt down and bowed to the ground together, as an expression of gratitude to their teacher. Then the 16,016 ascetics set out on their journey, led by the 16 head ascetics. The first day of the journey was quite difficult because there were so many people. Communication between the front and the rear of the procession was challenging. So, their journey during the initial phase was still within Master Bavari's island, because from the south of the island, where the hermitages were located, to the northernmost point, where the river split into two branches, was over 30 kilometers. So, when they reached the northernmost point of the island, it was evening. The group camped in that area, where the officials of the city of Savatthi had built a pier and rest stop as a marker for the end of Master Bavari's territory. Traveling north was different from traveling south, because they couldn't use rafts or boats. They had to use carts or walk. Along the way, they would pass through communities and cities at intervals. Most of the cities were located near rivers, so the journey relied mainly on walking along the river, except for some sections where the river was winding and the path would cut across. The first city where the group camped was usually about 2 yojanas or 32 kilometers from Master Bavari's territory. So, on the second day of the journey, they planned to set out early in the morning to reach the city before dark, so that the townspeople would know about the arrival of the ascetics and prepare food to offer them in the morning. And it was as expected. We reached that city in the late afternoon. The area on both sides of the road before reaching the city walls was densely populated. Most people built houses along the river. Outside the city were temples, with architectural styles similar to Khmer stone castles, but here they were built of brick and plaster and decorated with gold, which was clearly different from the ordinary houses built with natural materials. This city had many temples, both small and large. There were Brahmin villages located near the temples, easily recognizable because the houses were exquisitely built with tiled roofs, looking better than others. When the people in the city saw the large group of ascetics arriving, they were alarmed. They gathered to ask who we were and where we came from. When they received the answer that we were a group of ascetics from Master Bavari's school, everyone said, "Oh," because his school was famous for its kindness, donating gold coins to the needy. Our group camped under large trees around the moat outside the city walls of Ugajeni. The news of our arrival spread quickly, reaching the ears of the city ruler and the Brahmin priests. That evening, a group of royal guards came to invite us to see the king the next morning so that he could offer us breakfast. Akita, as the leader, accepted the invitation. The next day, the 16 ascetics traveled to the place prepared for breakfast. When the meal was finished, the king had the opportunity to converse with Akita, who was the leader. After inquiring and learning about the history of the group of ascetics, who they were and where they came from, the king asked about the reason for their journey. "Venerable ascetic, where are you traveling to, and what is the important reason for such a large group?" The king asked. "Your Majesty, we are traveling to the city of Savatthi, the residence of the great man, according to the vision of the great God who informed our teacher. Now, the one who is enlightened in the worlds, Dharma, is the great man who will liberate sentient beings from the cycle of suffering. He has a radiant aura, conforming to the 32 characteristics of a great man, who has clear vision of all the laws of karma, who has reached the shore of the end of who has attained all the 10 powers of knowledge, who is the great teacher of the world, self, has appeared in the human world," Akita replied. "If that is true, may I ask my royal teacher to accompany you to the city of Savatthi, so that he can invite that great man to come and teach in my city?" The king asked. "Your Majesty, we would be very pleased to have your group accompany us," Akita replied. "In that case, I will arrange for a group of soldiers to take care of the cooking for the ascetics along the way, so that you don't have to endure hardship," the king offered. "That is very kind of you, Your Majesty," Akita replied. When the king announced that he was looking for Brahmin volunteers to travel with Akita's group, within a day, 100 people volunteered, combined with the soldiers who were responsible for carrying the belongings, in 100 carts with 100 drivers. This event added 200 people to the journey. The visit to the city of Ujjaini became a turning point, giving Akita's group a more organized travel plan. There was a group of soldiers skilled in traveling in large groups, who normally accompanied the army. They distributed the 100 carts throughout the procession. Each cart had a driver who served as a relay for communication from the front to the rear of the procession, allowing the procession to move as a unified group and avoid wasting time waiting for each other. Of course, with the addition of 100 carts, the journey looked like a small-scale military movement. When traveling through cities and communities, it attracted even more attention. "Lord Foch, where is the city of Ujjaini today?" I asked, curious. "From the place where your group camped on the first night, which is within Master Bavari's territory. That place is currently called Ang Thong City, or its original name, Uthrong, and when you travel along the Kathawari River, or what you currently call the Chao Phraya River, for about 20 kilometers. At this point, you have to turn left. Today, it has become a small river, but it used to be the main route to the city of Ujjaini. But because the river changed its course, it became less important. The location of the city of Ujjaini is about 12 kilometers from this junction, in Muang district, Singburi province, near Wat Phra, Non-Chakrasi, and the story of this reclining Buddha is also directly related to you in the past," Lord Foch replied, adding a story that piqued my interest. "How is it related to me?" I asked excitedly. "You are the one who built this reclining Buddha, about 1,000 years after you were born as Akita," Lord Foch replied. "I built the reclining Buddha. Does it have any significance?" I asked. "Of course. Do you want to know?" Lord Foch asked. "Yes, I want to know." "We can pause the story of Akita for now," I suggested.